Hello and welcome back. Today we've got another £500 of £2 coins we're going to be hunting through, looking for commemoratives, ones with more than face value, but ideally new ones for the book. So we're missing the Commonwealth Games Northern Ireland. That's the only unique commemorative we've not found. There is a space for the World War One Navy centenary with the flag error, which would be another nice one to find. Otherwise we're pretty much there, so fingers crossed. It's really just that one. It would be nice to get the flag error as well, because all my previous books have got a flag error Navy centenary in them as well, but that Northern Ireland might prove to be quite elusive. So whoops, let's get into these bags, see what we find today. Right then, into the first bag. What have we got? A commemorative to start. So this is the VE Day anniversary, released in 2005. I reckon we'll probably get one again this year because it is the 80th anniversary of the VE Day. But we will check for the rotation error. That one doesn't have it. We do have counters tracking some of the coins, like the VE Day anniversary, which is quite common, and some uncommon coins we track as well, out of interest. Then this is technologies, the standard definitive design used on £2 coins up until 2015. Some are lower minted years, but they're not desirable enough that I keep my eyes peeled for them. We've got Jodie Clark's fifth and final portrait of the Queen on this one, so it's going to be something. Oh, it's a Shakespeare's Histories. Now, check the edge inscription, the hollow crown. So that is correct for this coin. 2016 seems to have been a bad year for the Royal Mint and their edge inscriptions on £2 coins, so I always check them on video. That is the more common of the three Shakespeares though, so not the most exciting coin, but still a smidge over face value, which is nice. So some of the errors we will be like those two actually. The only two commemoratives we have found so far have errors that I look for on video, as does this one, the Lord Kitchener. There is the mule error, so check the obverse, the head side. It should say £2 at the bottom there, which this one does, so this is not the mule error. If you find a Lord Kitchener and it doesn't say £2 there, that is the mule error. A very rare and valuable coin to come across. But for the majority of coins, like all these technologies and the majority of commemoratives I'm sure we will go on to find, I will of course at the end of the video whiz through all the coins to see if I've missed any exciting errors, because from time to time we do find some. The DNA double helix there, lovely design, very pretty, but it is a very common design. But no, I have recently been on my first of 3 big trips to the Royal Mint experience. This was to get the George Orwell £2 coin. Oh, there we go. Guy Fawkes Gunpowder Plot, again fairly common coin. And the Royal Mint experience has changed. The tour is a bit different. Well, it's quite a bit different, significantly different. They have built something new in on the factory floor, which you get to go in and walk around. There we go. Another Lord Kitchener, not a mule error. Yeah, different displays talking about different bits and pieces. I think I'm seeing things here. I don't know what's wrong with me. The coins just looked a bit odd. Anyway, yeah, so you always go into the factory floor now, but it's all fenced off, so it's like in the middle of the room, a little corridor, well, quite a wide corridor from one side to the other, that's all fenced in, and you can go and have a look at the displays, and there's a great big sort of, I don't know, like a column. It is square though, obviously not circular. Florence Nightingale there. So it's a big vertical box that's full of coins that have been struck. There's some proof coins in there, BU ones, circulated ones, there's a couple of foreign ones. I spotted a waffled coin, which was very exciting to see. There's the Army Centenary. No rotation error. King and Country, so that is fine. I thought for a moment that wasn't the right wording on it, but it is. I was just reading it upside down. But no, then a bit more information about the process they're working on, reclaiming gold from computers and whatnot. So it was a very interesting tour. And not that it hasn't previously been an interesting tour. I always find the tour interesting, but to see that new layout and some more information about other bits was very exciting. Okay, the Lord Kitchener says £2 again, but no, oh, Brunel, that's another fairly common design. We're finding quite a few today, that's good going. But no, the one thing I think is going to be a highlight each time we go is that part of that walk along the factory floor, you get to walk down to the wall of the long store, which is where all of the coins are kept prior to going into circulation. So you can peek through the windows and try and read what's on those boxes. Unfortunately, all that was on view were pennies. I think they were I can't remember the year off the top of my head, but they were recent pennies. I'm waiting to see boxes of £2 Britannias for the years that were struck for circulation but haven't made it into circulation, or potentially seeing boxes of coins minted in more recent years to see what potentially is going to go into circulation before the mintage figures come out. That'd be very cool. Robert Burns there, smidge over face value, not enormous money. You won't be able to retire having found him, but it's a nice find nonetheless. But no, if you wanted to come along and say hi, I'm going again on the 13th of April. That is to get the Red Arrows 50p, because we've got quite a bit of prior notice about strike your own changes, which is very nice. I do appreciate it, because there's always that worry sometimes. A strike your own, and again, just in case anyone doesn't know what a strike your own is, part of the tour at the Royal Mint experience, you get to strike your own coin, and the coin available changes periodically throughout the year. And historically, they've not really given much notice. So all of a sudden, it's, oh, by the way, on Monday we're changing the strike your own. But they've been very good with their, giving us a bit of early warning as to when they're going to change, so we can sort of plan trips around that. And there's not that concern, because I've been to the Royal Mint experience and struck every strike your own since the Frankenstein £2 coin back in 2018, and I'd hate to miss one. So getting a bit of prior notice as to when they're going to be changing. And we do know in May it's going to be changing to the Stories of the Second World War 50p, which again is an exciting one. Shakespeare's Tragedies, this is not the rarest, but it's not the most common of the three Shakespeares. What a piece of work is a man is the correct edge inscription for it. That is the one I have found an edge inscription on in the past. That was a very, very cool find. But no, so the only thing that they've not done with much notice so far is announce their strike on the day. And I think, although it hasn't been confirmed to me, I don't have any official sources on this, but everything seems to be pointing in the direction that the VE Day anniversary will be a strike on the day, which I should really write down that date, because I can never remember. I think it's the 9th of March. It's a Thursday. So I would imagine it will be the Red Arrows 50p up until then. We will then have the strike on the day on the Thursday, which you can't yet buy tickets for. And then on the Friday it's changed into the Stories of the Second World War. So depending what the strike on the day coin might be, we would definitely be able to get... Ooh, that's very nice. London Underground Roundel. Very good. Well, part of the London Underground duology, so we won't grumble at finding that. That's a nice coin. So as I was saying, depending what the VE Day strike on the day coin happens to be, potentially that's 3 separate strike coins you can get if you stay down and go the 3 days, which I plan to. Guy Fawkes Gunpowder Plots once again. But no, again, just to caveat that, it's not been confirmed officially. So if you book the time off and book to stay down there for those 3 days and it doesn't happen, don't come grumbling to me, because I am just saying what I think is happening, with no guarantee it is happening. Trinity House there, very shiny, but again, not the most desirable coin. And there we have it, completing our Shakespeare set in one video. Shakespeare comedies, the rarest of the 3. All the World's a Stage is the correct edge inscription for it. Just bump them along so we can keep the 3 Shakespeares together. And another Lord Kitchener. No mule error. Oh my goodness, well, we've had 4 attempts. You never know though. I don't think there's an awful lot of those Lord Kitchener mule errors out there, but when they do come up, always worth checking. Another Army Centenary there, no rotation error. The edge inscription reads as for King and Country. That is exactly how it should be. We did find one of these earlier, didn't we? Yeah. Me being dense. But no, I always say, if you can't make multiple trips to the Royal Mint throughout the year, because I know there are lots of people that live quite far away, if you can only get to one, the strike on the day is the one to go for. That's fine, I thought it might have been a fake one. The strike on the day is definitely the one to go for. Another VE Day anniversary. Being available just for the 1 day, and potentially, if they do the same as last year, So the D-Day 80th anniversary was the strike on the day, and that was the only day you could get as the strike your own. Whereas previously, like the coronation 50p, the day of the coronation there was a strike on the day, but then for the next few weeks or months, I forget how long, the coronation 50p remained as a strike your own. It was just the packaging that was different. Whereas having a unique coin that's only available on that day, I think makes it a little bit more exciting. Right, nothing else in amongst all those, and that brings us to the last bag of today's hunt. So yes, 13th of April, 2 PM, I'm going to get the red arrows, and then as and when the dates are announced, if there is a strike on the day, I will let you guys know when I'm going down for that. Anyway, as usual, down in the description of this video you'll find a link across to my coin collecting Discord server if you'd like to come and join me and other coin collectors on there. There's also links to my other social media channels, the PO Box address if you'd like to write into me, and of course a link to the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel, the company I work for as my day job, so please check them out too. I'm just going to whiz through all of these coins now and see if I've missed any exciting errors. Well, unfortunately no exciting error coins to be found in amongst all of those. Always worth checking though, just in case we do. In terms of our star finds, for me, I'm going to pick the London Underground Roundel. It's a lovely coin, not one that we see all too often. As usual though, let me know in the comments what you'd pick as the star finder. If you've had a star finder of your own, do share with the group what you have found. All it leaves me to do now is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.